Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So just recently, Oprah announced that she's going to be stepping down from Weight Watchers, which is a company she's been the figurehead, if you will, for actually quite some time now. Because, and drum roll please, apparently, allegedly, she's been using, and I quote, weight loss drugs. Now, allegedly, she didn't say which one it was or which ones it was, but everybody's been making the assumptions due to the very popular drug that's been being used by the name of Ozempic to help people lose weight. Like I said, I don't know if she was using that one in particular, but she admitted this out of her own mouth. Now, she said she made the decision because it was after she had already said this. Oh, how convenient. I told y'all before I don't believe in coincidences, but... And also the fact that she didn't want there to be a conflict of interest, if you will. And I'm just not buying it $5 for $1. And before anybody tries to excuse her shady behavior, her disingenuous behavior, let me go ahead and acknowledge that I already know, because I've seen plenty of people saying it here on YouTube, I already know that older individuals like Oprah, who is 70, cannot be out here running on the treadmill for an hour. They can't risk going to the gym and lifting heavy stuff. They can't risk injuring themselves. They are past the age where it is safe for them to be doing exercises, unlike the young people. I understand that, and I understand some older people might want to take stuff like Ozempic and drugs that help them lose weight faster without having to work out because they don't have to, like I said, put themselves at risk. But also understand something. Working out is only a small part of it. I don't know how many people have to say this before people wrap their heads around it, but working out is only like 20% of the battle when it comes to getting rid of diseases that only eating healthy can get rid of and losing weight. What you put in your mouth is the other 80%. So if you haven't already gotten used to a healthy and clean eating food regimen with supplements, because once again, what black people seem to not want to wrap their heads around, other than eating healthy, is the fact that you best believe you need to be on some supplements. If you haven't already gotten accustomed to that and gotten a habit of eating clean and healthy, doesn't matter how many drugs you take, doesn't matter how many shots you get, how many surgeries you put yourself through. You will go right back to square one because you haven't put yourself through the discipline and the habits of eating healthy in order to keep that weight off. I can guarantee you most of the people who are looking at these drugs, these shots like Ozempic, as this wonder drug that's going to erase all their problems, are not doing that. They're not putting themselves with a discipline before they're even thinking about the shot. Before you even think about something like that, you should already be doing a lifestyle change. Learning how to eat healthy, learning what supplements you need to eat for your particular body, your body's physiology. You need to be already getting into the habit of eating mostly fruits and vegetables, especially the ones with a lot of protein in them. You need to be getting used to not eating a bunch of meat, especially meat like pork, beef, and all kinds of stuff like shrimp. You need to be getting used to juicing and detoxing, cleansing out your system, drinking a lot of water, hydrating yourself, and herbal teas. As the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And if you're not already getting yourself ready before you're even considering the surgery option, the drug option, if you will, you're planning to fail. You're planning to be back at square one once again. In short, you're going to waste a whole lot of money if you don't do the right thing, and you still, like I said, going to be right where you started. Now, as for Oprah and her shady actions, like I said before, it was very disingenuous of her to even maintain that, like I said, figurehead status of Weight Watchers while she was using those drugs. I don't care for whatever length of time she was allegedly using them. The moment she decided that's the route she wanted to go, she should have stepped down. She shouldn't have waited until after the fact, then when she admitted it, and then stepped down. Once again, you don't get brownie points for doing what you were supposed to do after the fact, when it's no longer really valuable or impactful or meaningful for you to actually do it. And before anybody tries to defend her, because after all the shady things that this woman has been involved in, there are still some people that will go down on the ship of defending Oprah. But before you do that, imagine all the people who were looking at her thinking to themselves, oh, she's like the head of Weight Watchers, allegedly one of the biggest shareholders of Weight Watchers. Clearly, she's invested into the company if that's how much she's, involved in this. Clearly, she's actually eating the meals and going along with their plans and all this kind of stuff. And you're trying to do that and stick to that. And you're seeing her lose weight or maintain a healthy weight while you're still struggling, only to find out after the fact that she ain't been doing that. She's basically been cheating, if you will. That's really no better than these women influencers out here who like to do stuff like go get surgeries, BBLs, tummy tucks. breast enlargement surgeries, if you will, and then they go get on the treadmill for 5 seconds and then post it to Instagram and have a goofy caption talking about, oh yeah, I run on the treadmill for like 2 hours. I did like 1,000 squats a day. That's how I was able to get this body. And there are women who are actually believing these people. And I'm not throwing shade at those women for believing them, because if you said something, then you need to be about what you said. Because otherwise, you're a hypocrite and you're a raggedy deceiver. But there's people actually looking at these people because they're saying, oh, I accomplished this through this. And they're thinking, okay, well, maybe they look like they know what they're doing. They're saying that this is what they're doing. So let me try and see if I can take this person's advice and do the same. And they're not getting the same results. And they're blaming themselves. They're beating up themselves. They feel like something's wrong with them. They feel unaccomplished and unsuccessful because they can't figure out why it's not working for them, even though it's been rigged the whole time and they just don't know it yet. They don't have the money to go out and buy the body like these other women do, even when they do find out. And if they don't, they're still trying to figure out what's wrong with them. Then they become stressed out. They devalue their own image, while the sick-minded people, who quite clearly outnumber the sane people, are devaluing them as well and putting the fake deceivers on a pedestal, which then adds another layer to them feeling bad about themselves. This is what these people are going through. This is what people don't actually think whenever people are out here deceiving people. And guess what? They don't care. They know that they're doing this to people and they don't care, because it's about the exploitation of it all. It's about the monetization of it all. That's what they always only care about, which is why I keep telling people on this channel, do not put these celebrities on a pedestal. I spoke about this before with the Kim Kardashian thing. One moment, they're trying to influence the entire masses, especially the young women growing up, that the BBL was what was in. That if you didn't have a BBL, that if you didn't have a big butt, you didn't have big boobs, that you were undesirable. Then for some reason, people decided, oh, we don't like BBLs anymore. And I guess it was because so many people were getting them. So then they went back to the skinny woman trend. Okay, well, skinny women are in now. And it's not right for them to just be like, oh, well, this is in now. And then once too many people get tired of it, now this is in now. It's not acceptable to do that. But unfortunately, because they have an ungodly chokehold on the masses, they can do stuff like this. And because they have an ungodly amount of money, one moment they can have a BBL, the next moment they can have flat butts. That's the way it works. Now, the average Jane can't do that. So what are you going to do? Waste your money? Feel upset? No. Stop listening to these people. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Stop following their every trend. Don't take their every word for everything, because social media is their game. Social media is their job. And the monetization off of people's attention and the things that they do is what they're out for. Let me make this very blatantly clear for the people in the back who might try to misinterpret or misconstrue what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to drag anybody for using the stuff if they have to use it, because there are people that are at risk for diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease. They have to lose weight immediately, or they could be unalived by those diseases, and they're not in a place where they can work out safely. Although what I'm saying is, if you're not in a place where you are disciplined when you do that, so that you can continue on having that weight off you, because the only way it's going to work is if you're eating healthy and you've already gotten into the lifestyle. Once again, you about to waste a whole lot of money and time and be right back at square one. And although I said you can use whatever you want to use, I would highly advise people to second guess using some of this stuff, especially the pharmaceuticals, especially if you're black, because there are some mad side effects to some of that stuff out there that a lot of these people who are pushing this stuff will not tell you about. But do your own research. Once again, I'm not dragging Oprah for using an alternative because she's up in the age and she's not in a place where she can exercise like a young person. The problem that I have, once again, is it's after the fact. The moment that she started using those drugs, allegedly, she should have stepped down. She shouldn't have waited until after the fact, because I know she didn't just start using those yesterday. So she had plenty of time to make this decision, once again, and not be out here making people think she was invested in this company. And she wasn't, and she was over here doing other things to help her lose weight that she didn't mention until, like I said, after the fact. Once again, it's the shadiness for me. It's the shadiness. And also, allegedly, she donated the shares. And people love to just put these people on a pedestal so far that they can do no wrong. People love to say, oh, at least she donated the shares. Y'all always find fault in these people. First of all, she donated the shares to get accountability off of her own back, and because allegedly the Weight Watchers shares is going to the trash. That should tell you everything you need to know about Oprah and how she operates. Also, as a side note, people keep forgetting that Oprah and people like her can afford certain things that the average person couldn't afford anyways. So they don't have a choice but to do stuff like Weight Watchers and just do it the natural way. And also on top of that, I don't like using the word vibes, but honestly, she gives me the vibes that she's too good to eat food from Weight Watchers. And the reason why I say that is only because of what we observed when she was at that raggedy behind excuse for a dinner that she gave those women for the premiere or whatever it was for the Color Purple musical. She sat there and had them people having a raggedy behind charcuterie board, well, in a to-go box really, so a to-go charcuterie basically, and bag pizzas. Had them eating bag pizzas after all that work they done instead of a filet mignon dinner, and she sat there talking about, I don't want to mess up my makeup. Once again, this should tell you everything you need to know about this person. Y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.